I just wanted to put my 2 cents in about the conversation I'm hearing about AI. And I actually use AI. I love technologies. I also understand the ethical issues involved. And so I don't use it. I really make an effort to use it ethically. But I also understand there's a lot of pros and there's a lot of cons. The conversation I want to have about AI is really about this false, in my opinion, this false urgency that's being created that if you don't learn how to use AI right now, you're falling behind. You're going to miss out. You're going to fall behind. You're going to miss the boat. And first of all, what boat? What boat are we missing? I don't even understand what that means. But AI was a tool that is a resource for us to use. So, in my opinion, as you need different elements, like especially as a solo business owner, you might find that you need a virtual assistant and you can't pay for a virtual assistant right now. So you might go, what can AI, what can Claude, what can ChatGPT, what can they do for me to take off some of the load that I wish I could pay a virtual assistant for. How can Claude help me with this workload? How can ChatGPT help me with this workload? How can ChatGPT give me advice on what to do next? That is a resource for you. I do not think it is necessary for anyone to have to go out and learn all of the technology just because it exists. I think as you need the technology, your curiosity, you'll spark curiosity and you'll find the technology that you need to solve your problem or to help you move forward. For example, I think of one of my aunts, and she was 70 years old, and I remember one time she used to write this email for some nonprofit group that she was working for. And she called me and she's like, "Oh, I have to type out this whole email and put it in a Word doc because for whatever reason, I don't remember the reason." And I was like, "Oh, well, why don't you just copy the contents of the email and put them in a Word doc?" And she's like, "You could do that?" And I'm like, "Absolutely." So I taught her how to select all, copy, paste it into the Word doc. Now that seems simple, but she didn't need any new technology until she needed it. She was living a perfectly happy life, living her best life, going outside, doing her walks, having her social time with her friends. All of those things she enjoyed about life, she was already doing. And the technology suited her when she needed it. She learned how to use an iPhone when she realized, oh my God, I can take pictures and save them in my phone. Great. So she learned how to use it. So, my point being, when you need the technology, you'll know it's there and you'll know that you have the capability of learning how to use it. But there's no reason to panic about the technology. I'll give you one other example is for my work, every single show that I work on, I probably have to learn a new technology. So when I first started in television, we were watching footage on VHS. Like they would literally bring a VHS stack to our desk and we'd have to watch it and then mark it by paper. So we had these things called paper cuts. Now I can get on an Avid and edit in a tight, like I can edit a show. But I didn't start there. I started with paper cuts, typing it out, putting videos in the VHS, etc. As we had more technology in television, I had to learn more technology. But I never felt panicked because when it was time to learn something new, like I remember I went on a show and someone introduced Slack, and there were people that were mad that we had to use Slack. And sure enough, I really enjoy Slack. Some people like WhatsApp, whatever. I learned about Miro on a show. I had never used it before. I used about Monday.com, like Microsoft Teams, Zoom, even like all of these things, Discord, all of these things I learned once I needed to know them. So I never in my career have felt panicked that I was going to be left behind because I didn't know a technology. I know if I go on the next show and they ask for a specific technology, that I will simply learn the technology. I'll go Google it, I'll look at YouTube, and I'll find tutorials on how to use the technology. There's this weird sense that if you don't learn now, you can never learn. I don't need to win a contest on the fact that I know how to use all of these technologies. And so, as you're working and you're starting to feel overwhelmed, there's probably a technology at this point that can help you. So, don't be afraid to use it, but also the technology is a resource for us. We are not a resource for AI. Well, we are technically a resource for AI because they're scraping all of our data and all of our art and content. So I was just trying to make something quippy there. But so we are a resource for AI in that sense. But my point is, don't look at it like you have to keep up with AI. AI needs to be in service of you. So hopefully I did a good job conveying my message. And if you have any questions about any AI or you want my help finding one that works for you, just message me. I'm more than happy to help and to offer what I can. I actually do really enjoy learning new technologies and seeing how they can help me. So if you need me to help brainstorm something that might be helpful for you, let me know. Till next time.